The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers or Rogers TV.
Well, welcome back to this episode of the local campaign. For the next hour, you will have a chance to question the candidates from Trinity Spadina. Here is a quick view of the riding. Roughly speaking, Trinity Spadina runs from the CP rail line in the north to Ossington and Dufferin on the west, Avenue Road and down Yonge Street on the east, and Lake Ontario in the south. And now let's meet the candidates in alphabetical order. Rachel Barney, the Green Party candidate. Olivia Chow, New Democratic Party candidate. Christine Innes, the Liberal Party candidate. And Jin Su, the Conservative Party candidate. Chester Brown, the Libertarian candidate. And Nick Lynn, the Marxist-Leninist candidate, declined to be part of our program this evening. If you have a question for our candidates, give us a call at 416-446-7090, or you can send your email questions to torontovotes@rogerstv.com. One rule. First off, let me tell you the question obviously is, what is your question for the candidates here in Trinity Spadina? Please observe this rule. Don't call if you volunteer or work for any candidate in this election campaign. Let's give mere mortal voters a chance to ask the questions, at least for the next hour. All right, having said that, let's hear from each candidate, 1 minute or less, to say hello and tell us a bit about yourself. Rachel Barney is first. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Dale. I'm Rachel Barney, and I'm your Green Party candidate in Trinity Spadina. And I just want to take this minute to say that when you pick up that ballot paper on May 2nd, of course you should vote for the common good, you should vote for Canada's long-term future, but I also want to urge you to cast your vote for the City of Toronto and downtown Toronto in particular. This is a great community, a great city, but we're really under pressure now, and we need the federal government to step up and do its bit. The only thing Stephen Harper's government brought to downtown Toronto was the G20. That's more something done to Toronto than done for Toronto. We need a complete change of attitude. We need concrete policies from the federal government to help this city out. We Greens are very proud of our urban agenda, so please ask us about affordable housing, public transit, the urban environment. Give me a chance to convince you that a Green vote is your best vote for Toronto's future.
Thank you very much. Next candidate, Olivia Chow.
Good evening. I'm Olivia Chow, your Member of Parliament since 2006. Gas prices going up, so is the heating bill. Everything's going up except your salary and the pension. That's why New Democrats, Jack Layton's team, believe that it is really important to make sure life is affordable by putting a cap on the credit card interest rate, prime plus 5%, by getting rid of the taxes on home heating bills, and to make sure that you have family doctors. 5 million Canadians have no family doctors. We want to hire more doctors and nurses. We want to create jobs by lowering the taxes for small businesses from 11% to 9%. And we also want to make sure that your pension is protected by doubling the Canada Pension Plan. It is so important to vote for a leader you can trust in this election. I hope you can vote for Jack Layton's NDP's team and myself, Olivia Chow.
All right, thank you very much. Next candidate, Christine Innes.
Good evening. I'm proud to be your Liberal candidate, Trinity Spadina. I'm here because I care deeply about our communities, the future of our communities in Trinity Spadina. I care deeply about the future of country. I know that if I'm able to earn your support on May 2nd, I will deliver results. My campaign is about a vision for a shared vision for a stronger Canada, a more prosperous Canada, a more caring Canada, one that leaves no one behind. I'm fighting for a stronger, more vibrant economy and the best for all of our citizens. Liberal priorities are what set us apart from the other parties. My priorities are clear. I'm fighting for a stronger, more vibrant economy, one that would allow us to invest things we care most about in Trinity Spadina: vitalized health care, better public transit, secure pensions, affordable early child care education and post-secondary education, and a real support for our artists and our cultural industries. I'm a lawyer. I've worked in the corridors of government and on Bay Street. I understand fiscal realities. I've started my own business. I'm a progressive Liberal. I care deeply about the future of our country and of our people. That's why I'm running. I ask for your support on May 2nd. Thank you very much.
And the next candidate, Jin Su.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Jin Siu. I'm an entrepreneur myself, and I'm the co-owner of Market Mazda, and I have been in this country for 30 years. I'm a Canadian. Being an entrepreneur myself, my vision for Trinity and Spadina is going to be shared with the residents, and we have to stop collusions because Liberals, NDPs, and Bloc Québécois is going to, they even mentioned that they're going to come in to block even if we are the minority government. However, we urge each and every one of you to come out to support us because the economy remains the #1 priority. Canadians in our Conservative government. This is why Conservative ministers schedule more than 150 economic consultations across the country. Canada's economy is envied for its strength during the global economic downturn because we have the lowest debt burden.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for those opening thoughts. I heard the word Toronto here and there. I heard it certainly from Rachel. Can we talk first off about local issues, issues that are specific and local to the riding? Christine Innes, can I start with you?
Yes, of course.
The local issues. Go ahead, please. What are the local issues?
What I'm hearing most about, and I see it in my own immediate community across the riding, is healthcare. Every corner of the riding, people are concerned about healthcare. The other major issues include public transit. Spent a lot of mornings on a lot of streetcar tracks, whether it's King Street or Queen Street, talking to voters and watching them wait 3, 4, 5 streetcars to get on. That's wrong. Support public transit, and we have a plan to implement it and to invest in public transit. Pensions is another big issue. You have a lot of expensive homes throughout some parts of the riding, and next door, there's a senior living inside, and they're struggling. They're not making ends meet. So I'm really pleased that we've been able to continue our strong Liberal tradition of investing in pensions, stabilizing our pension plan, increasing the guaranteed income supplement, and creating opportunities for those who are not part of our CPP plan, entrepreneurs and small business people, to have a voluntary investment in that as well. So those are the key issues that I'm hearing about.
That's what you're hearing.
I see with my neighbors.
Okay. Jin Siu, what are you hearing at the door? What are the key issues in Trinity Spadina?
Well, the key issues here in Trinity Spadina is basically economy. And I have canvassed, and many people are concerned because of what we have done here. Under the leadership of our Prime Minister, Stephen Harper, we are able to bring us out of this recession faster than any other countries in the world, and which is envied by many countries.
Well, I understand all that, but I mean, what are the voters actually saying at the door? If you say they're concerned about the economy, how are they concerned about it? What part of it are they concerned about?
Well, this suggests that this election should not happen, okay? So unfortunately, we had 4 elections in 7 years, so they're wasting all this taxpayers' money, and obviously, we're very concerned about these housing projects that is in Trinity and Spadina. The many seniors who is complaining here, when are we going to be able to have all that? And as a matter of fact, we have, under the leadership of Stephen Harper, we had $400 million that is in our budget, which is going to help the seniors. And in addition to that, on the budget that we have also got $600 allowance, which is put on the table for the seniors, but the opposition's turned them down. So these are the main concern. And in addition to that, which is I would say probably the safety. You know, people find that this.
Okay, I don't want you to run through the whole platform. I just asked you what you heard at the door.
Thank you.
All right, Olivia Chow, what are you hearing at the door? And don't give me the whole platform, please.
I won't. Don't worry. Thank you. Don't worry. A lot of young people just moved into downtown Toronto, and they have a hard time finding family doctors. They ask me, Olivia, where can I get a family doctor? Right? Mine is up in Thunder Bay or in Victoria.
5 million Canadians have the same problem.
Absolutely, and they're talking about it. And the other one is that seniors are looking at their bills and say, my God, my pension hasn't gone up. Please help, Olivia. And that's why we said we have to increase the guaranteed income supplement to lift all seniors out of poverty. The third one is that last year's G20 is still leaving people's bad taste in their mouth, and they're saying, we need to get to the bottom of what happened to us. How come the small businesses can't get the compensation? And what about this massive arrest, and why were we cattled? And you know, so that came up quite often, and that's why we're calling for a public inquiry. The other thing, the public transit, people wait for TTC buses and streetcars, oh my God. So it's a good thing that we have new subway cars being delivered at the end of this year, and new streetcar, and if next year, double capacity and low floor and air conditioned, but they said, when can we get it? Can we get it tomorrow rather than next year? Lastly, waterfront revitalization. So many people live down the waterfront. They said, hey, Olivia, in the last few years, things have gone much better, but we have so much more to do. Wouldn't it be nice if we have more small cafe down by the waterfront so we can have a glass of wine and watch the sunset? So, and a lot of the local residents have lots of great ideas about what we can do by the waterfront.
All right, Rachel Barney. What about you? You mentioned local issues, and you mentioned the word Toronto. What are some of these issues very local to the riding?
As local as it gets is the G20. I mean, this is the riding that was trashed on that occasion and that experienced a little taste of martial law, Stephen Harper style. And people on the streets are still angry about it. They come up to me all the time, and they want some accountability for that. And we want a royal commission on the G20 because, frankly, what happened there was so, the decision-making process was so secretive and so unaccountable that it's actually hard to tell who was responsible for all those failures of accountability and failures of democracy all the way down the line. So we really want that addressed. And another issue, again, is public transit. And we Greens believe in investing very heavily in public transit. We want to double the funding that goes to the TTC from the federal gas tax transfer. And we also want a municipal super fund to address big public transit projects. Another issue kind of like that is affordable housing. It's crucial to the future of Toronto that this remain the kind of city where people really want to live downtown and where people of all kinds and all income levels and backgrounds can afford to live downtown. So we need to get the federal government back in the affordable housing game.
Okay. Both of you mentioned the G20 as an issue you're hearing door to door, so let me give the other two candidates an opportunity to talk about that. Jin Siu, what about the G20?
Well, obviously with the G20 that we had earned the world status being recognized, and obviously it was a very successful one. And nevertheless, there are compensations that is being legitimate claims that will be compensated for. And the unfortunate part here is the election has caused us to delay the process of this compensation that we have in place.
Not a chance.
Okay, Christine Innes, what would you like to say about the G20?
I'd like to say
the aftermath of the G20
aftermath
now, I guess.
is the issue, and the planning is the issue too. Absolutely agree. The accountability in this process is sorely lacking, and we need to figure out what happened so that it does not happen again. In terms of the ongoing aftermath, I've met with many small business owners, many of whom are still struggling as a result of economic fallout from that. The process by which compensation can be applied for is too cumbersome. You have to spend a lot of money in fees to get experts' reports and financial statements, and it's not transparent. It seems to be somewhat willy-nilly. I don't understand Mr. Siu's point that somehow those administrative processes stop because of an election. They ought not to. The real issue is that they're too cumbersome, they're not accessible, and we need to streamline that process and make it fair and allow those individuals and those businesses to be fairly compensated for the severe damages they caused.
If you have a question for the candidates, 416-446-7090, or send your email questions to torontovotes@rogerstv.com. Development in the ward, is there, in the riding I should say, is there, is all the development welcome, or are some of the development projects not being greeted with great enthusiasm by the people you're talking to? Rachel Barney?
This is a huge, diverse, complicated riding, so you'd have to kind of narrow it down and
Well, I'm just wondering if you encounter that kind of attitude, that's all.
I think the attitude I encounter is a general concern for the future viability of downtown. And again, what's important is not this project or that project, but that we keep downtown diverse, because that really is our strength as a city, is this incredible diversity of different neighborhoods we have in Trinity Spadina. Every possible income level, every possible kind of ethnic and cultural diversity, flagship cultural institutions side by side with very sort of local neighborhoods. And we have to be very careful that no kind of development threatens that. But, you know, as long as we can keep that wonderful diverse balance, let 1,000 flowers bloom.
What about development issues? Are there development issues as you go from neighborhood to neighborhood, Olivia Chow?
Yes, even just before I came here, someone came to me. I was at the Metro in front of Liberty Village, and they said, well, there's about 10 cranes on the skyline. There's all these condominiums being built.
Going into Liberty Village.
Yeah. And what can you do about it, Ms. Chow? And I said, well, you know, federal government don't really have much say over development issues. However, one thing that we should do is to make sure that the new buildings are built to the highest energy efficiency standard. Because when you try to retrofit a building, it's very difficult. And what we're hearing is that some of the older buildings, especially the affordable housing ones that are built in the 70s, 80s, they use electric heat. And the people that live in there can't afford the hydro bill. And they said like $200 or $300